afraid of the dark, there ain't no monster inside. I pray to Jesus Christ, homie, they just keep me alive. Why you keep it 53, cause I've been wrestling with pride. I try to keep it like I'm Texas, got the stop on my side. Girl, you know I'm a saint, so why you giving me hell? My uncle back up on the block and now they begging for bail. He always calling me for paper cause he know I'm the trail. Now I'm eating my McDonald's, I was fresh out of jail. Now I made it out of chump, at least I know I'm up, boy, thump. Like my neighbor's jumper up a pum, boy, I bump. In that Billy Strong, he ain't know him, he ain't thump. He just grabbed the pump and made it go dumb. Got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay tripping cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay tripping cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump but it ain't not fun.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a very sold-out Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. The third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. Skirts by him at the 35. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So it figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Play action. Now Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long, there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 16. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go. 12, 12, 12.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this defense able to plug him up there as it... to the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 9.
11, 11. Here we go. 11, Thomas. Stop.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Yeah, he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now it's Burrow. Oh, his first throw of the playoffs is intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. And Walker has it. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Holt. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
From the gun, Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Jackson now. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 33. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Ready?
Now a 2nd and 10.
Gun. Cut. 11 MT, Kate. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. Cut.
Now Burrow. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
At the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. He was able to get away initially on that play, but ultimately not much space to roam.
Great job there by them containing him, because you mentioned he got away initially, and how many times does that end up with a guy taking off for 15 or 20 yards? Here, the support was there, and they made the tackle for a loss.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11. Flowers going to go in motion right. To throw is Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this play comes to a hold at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And that hits the crossbar and comes back, and it's no good. And by just a whisker, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter.
12. Let's get set. 11 MT, take. 11 MT, dot.
Right back to him on first down. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, second down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Dot.
Burrow looking to pass. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern, because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard.
Here we go. Dot.
Burrow going to keep it on the sneak, and he is going to have a Bengals first down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 28. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it off him, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go. 11. 11. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Let's get set.
They come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And it's caught. Touchdown Bengals. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. A very tough run, but for a pretty short gain out near the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Now 2nd and 9.
Change it. Hey, middle.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
On 2, ready?
And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Here we go. 11.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 70 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. The offense on third down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Here we go, here we go. Eleven MT.
Now it's Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 49 yards.
I'm one, ready? Let's get set. Stop.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Second and 10.
Here we go. Stop.
Here's Burrow. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
I'm one, ready?
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10.
11. Stop.
Burrow will throw. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
second down and 4. He finds his man, complete. That's Holt. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
13.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Holt. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now Jackson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 13-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Go ahead.
And Jackson throwing once more. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
Hey, come on. Hey, hey.
They go play action with Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. And CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before missed the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
81 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just a series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Now Burrow changing things up here. Hands it off out of the gun. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard.
Gun. Shot.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 4.
Here we go. 12, 12, 12.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Back to throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
12.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11.
In motion right, that's Metcalf. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the 3, 2nd and a yard. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now they send a man in motion right. And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Gun. Cut.
They'll try to run this one in. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Let's get set.
Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. Touchdown! From 3 yards out. And the Bengals have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Miles Murphy. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
No, we changed it.
Now it's Jackson. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A heck of an effort there on the scramble, leaves him with just 3rd and a yard. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here we go.
Metcalf motions left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They should have gotten more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. 112 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Gun. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. Don.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now it's Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, middle. Go ahead.
Jackson. Flush to his right. And Walker has it. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
To throw again is Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Stays on his feet. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there.
And in a situation like this, you're in the 2nd half with the lead, trying to get to the division round.
Here we go.
Gonna let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a 1st down.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Jamar Chase.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Bengals continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. McPherson on for the point after.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Jackson will throw again. That is caught. He's going to have the first down and more than that.
And he'll finally be taken down at the 18.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now it's Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Jackson going to change things up a bit.
They'll look to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Holt. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it. I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter, you're going. Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as he'll go for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it, and he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll get this to the 32.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Here's 3rd and 9.
Here we go, here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. This is taken at about the 14. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. This is 1st and 10.
Go. 13, 13. You change it. Report, report. Hey, Ozzy, Ozzy, sit up. Middle, middle. Sit up.
Now Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Holt. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Hey, hey. Go. Hey! Hey, shot! Hey! Hey, shot! Sit up!
Throwing. Jackson. Hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Hey, hey.
Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here it is, 4th and inches. Jackson to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, Plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
No, we changed it.
Here's Jackson. Finding Walker complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Hey, report. Report. 180. Hands up. Hey, middle.
Jackson. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal.
That makes no sense. You've got to understand your situations. You're in a goal-to-go situation, and instead you're dancing around, and instead of staying at least where you were, you end up losing yards for your team.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. One last shot for Jackson. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.